Hello, welcome back to Locator Gaming. I'm Zach. I am ready to continue on with my Stars of Akarios campaign. And at the end of scenario, what did we do? 2? We did not do scenario 3. Yeah, so the end of scenario 2 had us go to scenario 4. But we did some upgrading and stuff first. So I guess I'll touch on that real quick. So I bought 3 weapon upgrades that all cost 20 credits each. We were given a 5 credit discount. All 3 of the pilots had 15 credits. So for Violet Ray on the Invictus, I got Spike Pulse. It has 3 supply. It does have push. I didn't really get it for the push so much as I got it for the 2 targets at range 3, kind of anywhere around. And she has Proton Blast already, which also has a supply of 3. That takes 2 dice, does 2 damage to 2 targets in that pattern. So I was thinking maybe with this one, if there's an enemy behind or something. And on the Charis with Enver, we got Propelled Shot. So for Propelled Shot, I kind of like this one because it doesn't take a die to use, it just takes supply. So we can get a shot off there. It's 1 target within range 3, but 2 damage kind of all around. And right now, Long Shot is the other weapon upgrade that Enver has. And that one is very small pattern situational. So I figured, hey, an all-around shot could help when Long Shot doesn't exactly get lined up. On the Merkava, we already have an all-around shot with EMP Blast. So I got Interrupt Beam. Very short pattern, but it's 3 damage. And it has the Radar Jam, or slow. I think it has the slow effect. Yeah, that's not Radar Jam, that's slow. So it'll stop somebody from moving. And then we were able to take some upgrades on their characters. So for Violet Ray, I'm thinking about going on that path over there to do the modifications to the modifier deck, the modifications of the modifier deck. I'm not so jazzed about adding the rotate card, but that's the path for getting the modifications in the deck. For the damage, kind of same philosophy on Enver here. Before I go to the next mission, I'm going to change that camera so it stops trying to autofocus. But there's quite a few damage modifiers in that middle track there. What's that first one? Oh, that first one is to resupply. So that's kind of cool. That'll be kind of cool if it comes out of the modifier deck just to get a supply back. And same idea on Starla, actually. Starla's tracks have 2 different ways you can go for some number modifications. There's adding some pluses over on this side. But I think I'm going to go down the getting rid of the negatives track on the left-hand side. So those were the upgrades. I think all the upgrades. And then we go to scenario 4. Scenario 4 looks like a story one, so I'm just going to read it. We'll make our choice, and this video is going to include the next scenario too, or until we get to a space battle probably, which I think the next one actually is. So this is scenario 4. Does it start on the other page? No. The end of Medalia. It takes only a short amount of time for all the remaining enemy fighters to retreat to the capital ship. You find yourself in a moment of relative stillness. It won't last long, but it's a good time to assess this strange-looking flagship. It's an unusual shape, more like a floating island than a classic cruiser design. While you watch, it begins to slowly spin in place. A few remaining UIA ships taking their chance to flee from the field of battle. Oh, chance to flee from the field. Yeah, I got confused for a second there. Where they are heading doesn't matter. Anywhere is better than here. Sol's voice breaks the silence. Hold your positions, cadets. This is a Rathan ship. We're attempting to initiate contact with and then a giant flash. Either Sol was cut off or he's staring open-mouthed at what is happening. The large ship bursts with light and fury. Colorful shields radiate across its surface. The glow is pulsing heavily from deep within the vessel. It seems as if something is building from deep inside. Without a warning, a blast erupts from the ship, penetrating the surface of the planet below. The continuous stream of red light builds in intensity until, in an awful moment, it punches through the crust of Medallia itself. What happens next is never forgotten by anyone present but rarely spoken of. A wave of shock passes through everyone watching. The only voice you hear is a cry of anguish over the radio that, despite the static, is recognizable as Captain Soma. Medallia shifts in space, going in different directions. For a split second, the planet looks like an optical illusion or an oversized puzzle not fitting together. Then a colossal crack appears. It is followed by more, fracturing across entire continents. Giant chunks of the planet begin to fall away from the rest of the sphere. Like a sandcastle losing to the tide, everything begins to drift from itself. On what remains of the surface, gravity appears to be working in reverse. Entire cities float away. The atmosphere disappears into space, and hot magma from deep within the planet starts to harden as it is exposed to a new cold reality. The beam abruptly stops. The giant weapon appears to be drained. The death blow to Medallia has emptied its reserves of power. Only emptiness remains. Medallia is gone. You don't know how long you have stared at the destruction before your proximity alarms scream into life. It alerts you to a vast, angular piece of Medallia's crust floating towards you. You have to get moving. One more look in the direction of the flagship weapon reveals enemy fighters pouring from it. They appear to be headed towards you. A quick scan shows an enormous amount of debris. You try not to focus on the fact that it's the remains of Medallia. The shock of the moment keeps you disassociated, allowing you to only focus on what is happening here and now. There's a possibility that you could hide amongst Medallia's fragmented remains before finding somewhere to recharge and determine your next steps. Simultaneously, you notice some civilian ships who have barely managed to get off the planet. They must have been damaged while leaving the planet, as they appear to be adrift now, floating amidst the debris of large buildings and giant land masses. One of the pilots finally speaks up. Sparrow. What do we do here? Sparrow. So we have choices. We can help the civilians escape. We can turn and fight the invaders, or we can flee to fight another day. I would probably turn to fight the invaders. After just having watched them blow up that planet. And turning and fighting them should also, in theory, help the civilians escape, right? I'm not going to flee to fight another day. We're not going to do that. We're going to turn and fight the invaders. So we get a... What are these things called? An achievement, a squad achievement. Ashes of Medallia. That we fill in. Oh, I have not filled in my pilot call signs here. Is there different stuff on the backside? Oh yeah, for Act 2 and 3. All right. Go to Scenario 5. Okay, Scenario 5 is a space combat. So let me read the story and then I'll throw in a cut to set it up. Now that you're going to leave, it won't be easy. Sol's voice crackles in from your radio. Stay alert, pilots. The enemy is targeting the Sparrow. We're going to need you to fight them off as we find a clean exit. Even through the frustration, his humor remains intact. I hope you didn't have plans tonight because we're not out of this yet. Waves of fighters come in hard and fast. Behind them, you can see the giant ship that destroyed Medallia powering up again. Doubtless, they'll turn their attention to you soon. But in the meantime, you've got to focus on these fighters. This time it's Captain Soma on the comm, her words barely getting through her gritted teeth. Cadets, stay close to the Sparrow, and we can get out of this together. Whoever is responsible for this act will pay. I will not stop until that happens. She wants to stay and fight as much as you do, but it will have to be another day. Your dashboard lights up with alerts. Taking a deep breath, you head back into the fray once more. Objective, escort the Sparrow out of the system. Learn about spawning and the Sparrow special rules. Remember, the Sparrow is immune to all combat effects, and the pilot can damage their ship ability to ignore one attack on the Sparrow. All right, let me set this up, throw in a cut. We'll check out the special rules after I get everybody set up. And that's just success or failure on the other side. So let's get this set up. Okay, I think I've got it set up, except we got to randomize these things here real quick. So special rules, the Sparrow's gonna start with 10 hull. I've got that marked right there. At the end of the round, the Sparrow is going to move forward 2 hexes and push any ships from the final movement. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 turns because we have to get it off the board. Enemies can target the Sparrow. At the ends of round 2 and 5, adjacent to either 1 or 2, whichever is closer to the Sparrow, we're supposed to spawn for 3 ships, 1 regular synthetic fighter and 1 elite synthetic fighter. And since we had Ashes of Medalia, the first wave of enemy ships spawns at the end of round 3, not round 2. Other than that, I think we're just ready to go. Let's randomize these. Just gonna shake them up and throw one. Who are the 2 elites? This one and that one, so I'll just throw one at you. All right, so this is number 1. This is number 2. And then, okay, that one apparently wants to be number 4. This one wants to be number 3. Five will be way in the back. We've got some planets this time. I don't know if the planets are really going to come into play. I think all the action is going to be right up here in the middle. I did say something wrong, and I had read this attack card incorrectly. For some reason, I thought this was a push, but it's actually a pull effect. I half thought about changing it out since I hadn't actually started playing yet, but I'll just keep it. Because this isn't really the ship I don't think that I want to be pulling characters closer to, but we'll see how it goes. So the enemies here, the regular enemies, 6 hull and 2 shield with 3 attack, and then the elite ones, same amount of hull but more shield and 3 attack, and they're immune to target lock and radar jam. So what I think I'm going to try to do as my plan is I'm going to save up some long shots for one of the elites to just bust through the shields with my Pierce shot. And hopefully I don't have to do as much damage to one of the elite synthetic fighters. Okay, I think I will just start. So we're going to roll the dice. Violet Ray and the Invictus. All right. Good mix there. We've got movement, stress, a wild, and shooty shooty. A lot of movement and a stress. We might have to take a stress to re-roll that. Yeah, I need to re-roll. I need less movement and more attack. Okay, and I ended up with 4 movement. That's not good. Well, let's take another stress and just re-roll. I'm going to re-roll 3 of them just to increase my chances of getting some more attack. There we go. That is not a good start. It's like starting the game with 2 stress. It's not like starting the game with 2 stress. It is starting the game with 2 stress. That's a decent roll. All right, so we're going to start here. Let's put a shooting one there on self-sacrifice. Take down a supply, take down a hull, and give our 2 combat friends a ×2 boost right in the middle, and then shuffle. I don't know that I've drawn those yet. I think I've put them in each time. I've drawn the normal shuffle ones. Okay, that's enough. So what do we want to do here? What do we want to do? We don't need to beam repair. We've already self-sacrificed. I think we'll save the EMP blasts for when we get enemies closer to the Sparrow. So who should go? Actually, let me think about this. Do I want the Invictus to start there? Let's have the Cheris go first. I mean, I guess I could use a long shot here. 2, 3. I'm not gonna be able to get advantage. I could use target lock though. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, let's target lock. Number 3. He's not immune because he's not elite. That just cost us supply. And let's do a regular move 3 forward. And now we're going to do a basic attack. Yep. So it's a base of 2 damage. Target lock gives us advantage. So we draw 2. Oh, we got the ×2. So that's 4 on number 3. So 2 shields down, 2 hull down. And we have to shuffle. We've got 1 stress die left. Do I want to rotate? I don't think so. I think we're probably just done. Burn and flip, not a good idea. I think we're just done. 4 hull left. If I maybe the Merkava can do some decent damage. 1, 2, 3. Rotate. His new weapon is yeah, 1 in front and out. And it only takes 1 die, right? So we'll do this to go 1, 2, 3. We'll use this wild die to rotate like this. And then our new attack pattern on interrupt beam is 2 out. Yeah, okay. So we'll use that and our die. And it's a base of 3 damage. He's target locked, so we have advantage. Because target lock lasts until the end of the round, I believe. It's not just the next attack. I should bookmark this page. remove at the end of the target's next action phase. Yeah. Well, hopefully this guy's not going to be alive. I don't think I have shuffled this deck yet. Targeting computer, we don't need to use that. One of my lights over there glares right off of a lot of the Merkava cards, which is unfortunate. 1, 2, both -1s. So what did I say? It was a base of 3. So that makes it 2. 2 left. Okay, so we are going to have the Invictus go 3 forward with a move. Yes, and then we are going to Spike Pulse. Because we can hit 2 things within range 3. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So 3 and 4 are both targets. We will go with the target locked person first. This is a base damage of 2. I got to use the supply and not be a cheater. Yes, I used the supply from Interrupt Beam. I have advantage, so should I use my proximity exploit? No, but actually I might take back something else. I'm not going to use this. I'm going to use the maneuvering thrusters. I don't think I showed these. I did not. So we got a ship ability as an upgrade also. So on the Invictus, we got maneuvering thrusters for a supply. We just get to move 3. The Cheris got a target lock with 2 supply at a range of 4, which is what I used. And we got a targeting computer on the Merkava. For a supply, we can just add a target to something that we're doing. So I'm going to use the maneuvering thrusters to do that 3 moves, so I have that die still. Because I think I can get another attack in here. So I was attacking number 3. I drew the 2 cards because we have an advantage because of the target lock. The base damage is 2. We got a +1. That's 3 damage. It's gone. Okay. And now we damage over here. We do not have advantage on this one, so it's a base of 2. +1 is 3 on number 4, so that's 2 shields and a hull, and it pulls 1. The spike pulse does. Now I'm going to rotate like this. This elite guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but the Merkava has more hull. Okay. Number 4, I rotated, and then I'm going to Proton Blast. I have to take a stress, and I have to use 2 dice. This is a base damage of 2. So number 4 will be radar jammed. And we're not getting advantage or anything. Base damage of 2. So it's down to 3. I think my turn is done. So let's go to the enemies. Shuffle up their enemy combat cards. want to get a good pile shuffle because these just came out of the box. And I don't know if they're like any particular order where they're like, if they have more than one thing that's the same, they're next to each other and that kind of stuff. Oh boy. It's a crazy big move. And a little shot and a hack, which is taking a shield away, I think. Okay, so we start with elite number 1. He does not need to rotate towards his target. He's going to move through the asteroid field, which is nice. So boom. Oh, he's going to move 2 through the asteroid field. Boom, boom. Is 2 hull damage on number 1. Thank you kindly. He was out of range to shoot, so he went down the no path. Now who's his target? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Still the Merkava. Rotate and out of range to do a shot. Okay, number 2 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think he would rotate like this. And then he would go boom, boom, boom. He does not need to rotate, and yes, he's in range to shoot. They have a base attack of 3. Burn and flip. He's not at a disadvantage or anything. This is +0, so it's a base of 3. Oh no, +2 is 5. That's kind of gross. Yeah, that's really gross. But we don't have any more shields to get eaten up from the hack. Merkava does have repair beam. Yeah. But we're only down 1 hull, I guess, and our shields recharge. Okay, so that was 1, 2, 3's gone, 4. Does not need to move to attack. Also does not need to rotate to attack. Okay, so just draws, base of 3, right? Yep. And that would kill us, so we have to flip something. I probably should have flipped on the... +5 attack, but oh well. Okay, so we have that flipped to ignore that damage. Now 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The Merkava. Rotate. 1, 2, 3. Fortunately, everybody's out of range for the attack. Okay, end of round. 2 forward. Okay, so we start a turn, recharge a shield, roll dice. Three pew-pews in 1 move. Two moves of stress. And a shooty. And a move, 2 attacks and a stress. So, Number 4 is almost dead. Oh wait, number 4 should have moved. Sorry. He did attack. Yes, he should have moved. I'm facing that way. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Oh wait, he was radar jammed. So I should have drawn another. Okay, good. The 0 was still the lowest one. And the radar jam goes away. So beam repair actually is not that great right now because we're only down 1 hull. We also have target lock, but target lock does not work on the elite guys. I wonder. We can stun 2 of them. Okay, let's see. The Cheris can burn and flip and rotate. But that's not a good spot for long shot being right next to the elite character, the elite bad guy. I almost wish I had barrel roll on there. Well, propelled shot is 2 at a range of 3. I guess I could do this. Let's, the order really doesn't matter if I rotate like this, and then do this thing. 1, 2. And if I do long shot, I have to take a stress and shuffle in a miss. So shuffling in a miss. I'm going to use a stim pack to get advantage on this attack. And I got to use the supply. It's a base damage of 3. 1, 2. Okay, we got a +1, so that's 4 damage on number 1. Going through the shields. Oh, perfect. Takes him out. Perfect use of them being an idiot and flying through the asteroid field based on their card. Like I had any influence over that. But perfect use, I think, of the stim packs and the pierce ability on long shot. Now, while we have the opportunity, you know what I should probably be doing here is, before I did that attack, I should have probably done self-sacrifice again. You know what I think I'll do? I think I'll EMP blast with 2 of the dice. Maybe self-sacrifice and repair beam. The stress really doesn't matter on repair beam, but that's okay, right? Before I have the Merkava go, I'm going to have the Invictus, I think, backtrack a little bit and try to take care of number 4. It's got 3 health left. If I simply rotate 2, leaving my butt hanging out there, however, I'm probably going to EMP blast these 2 because they are not immune to stun. I will use 2 dice on Proton Blast. I am not in... Where was I facing before? I turned 2, 1, 2, no. I'm not in his rear arc, right? It goes out this way and this way. So I'm not going to have advantage. Yeah, that's okay. We'll do this. I took the supply down. It's a base of 2. Oh, I could use target lock. This is too important. I think I'm going to use target lock again on number 4. So I do get advantage. And he's got 3 health left. I might as well use proximity exploit. When I have advantage, I get an extra damage. So we've got 2. 2 cards here. Yep, I think we're good. Oh, ×2. That's my boosted ×2. Whew, and a -2. That was the top card, so I'm glad I did the target lock thing. So this goes away. Oh, and I forgot that I was gonna boost him again. Anyway, so it's more than 3. He's dead. One die left. I've already rotated. I mean, I could spike pulse. Number 5, I guess. Or number 2. Let's do it. Spike pulse. Before I do it, I am going to self-sacrifice with a movement die. I have to take off the supply, take a whole damage, and then I get to add... I only have some of these sleeved. So I will add one back into here. And you have to shuffle when you add stuff, which adds that -2 back in there again too. And then Merkava, yeah, you still need the EMP blast, don't you? They're both range 3. The Sparrow's gonna push that Invictus out of the way. I've already rotated though. That's kind of a bummer. Okay, that's plenty. Let's spike pulse. I didn't do the propelled shot yet, did I? No, I don't think so. So that's a range 3, 2 damage. It's going to pull somebody in. Who do I not care about being closer to me? That doesn't really matter. I mean, they're going to move all over the place, right? When their turn. Not all over the place, but when their turn comes up. The 2's got more shields, so I guess we should try to work on 2. So it's a base damage of 2, right? I already moved that down when I decided to do something else. So 2 plus 0 is 2. Okay, so I don't really need to repair yet. Maybe I should have gone after 5. Oh no, I was going to spike EMP blast, I mean. So it's 1 damage, 1 base damage. That goes down. I could have done targeting computer and added another. Oh no, he was within 3. Oh, that's a bummer. I could have got an attack in on him and stunned him. That's okay though. So yeah, I think we'll just go after. We're going to go in numerical order. So 2 first is a 0, so that's 1 damage, and then 5 minus 1 is no damage, but they are both stunned. I'm not going to mark it. I'm just going to remember that they're both stunned. So they move, but they don't shoot. And I don't think I'm going to repair beam right now. I still think I'm going to use that stress die. All right, so let's just go to their turn. So they're pretty much just going to move 2 forward because nobody's going to be attacking. Oh, and they would have stunned this turn. I'm glad I stunned them. So 2 doesn't need to rotate? No. Can he shoot? No. Move? Can't go 2, so we'll stop there. Still a target, doesn't need to rotate? No. Done. 1, 2, 3. Most hull is still here, so it's 1, 2, and that's pretty much it. Because nobody can attack. None of the enemies can attack. All right. Sparrow's going to move 2 forward and push the Invictus. It says, push any ships from the final movement hex. Yep. That's end of round 2. So at the end of round 3, we will spawn more bad guys. Okay, get a shield back and roll dice. Lots of attacking and a stress die. Is that what we want? On the Invictus. Kind of not in the best spot for its proton blast. Could spike pulse, I guess. Oh, we've got maneuvering thrusters, but then the rotation with this. 1, 2, 3. It'll do. All movement. We will take a stress. I'm just going to reroll everything. Better mix. And the Charis has taken 3 stress from rerolling dice. 3 movement and a stress. What's their health stat? So 5 hasn't been hit yet. 2 has essentially 7 hit points. I need a lot of attacking here. I'm going to re-roll these movement dice. I'll hang on to the stress, I guess. So 2 movement, a wild, and a stressful wild. Well, okay, so the Invictus, if he rotates, would have advantage, could proximity exploit. We can always EMP blast again so that these guys can't shoot if they survive the turn. We're out of self-sacrificing. Targeting computer. Well, interrupt beam could hit number 5. If I rotate, let's see. I need to be here to hit both of them. There's no really easy way. Barrel roll, rotate. Yeah, there's no really easy way just to go back 1 hex with the stuff that I have right now. Burn and flip. If I rotate the Cheris, 1, 2, 3, 4, flip. I could long shot number 5. So I don't really need to rotate. With the Invictus, if I did my maneuvering thrusters 1, 2, 3, facing this way, rotate 1, 2. No. Even pulling them, I need my engine thing back. Maneuvering thrusters, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, rotating is just not going to get me into the right spots. Into the spots where I need to be. Okay, so we got to save 2 dice up here, and these 2 dice very specifically for EMP blast, maybe not. I mean, the Sparrow can take some shots, I guess. Maybe we just concentrate on number 5 and let number 2. Oh wait, I can just rotate and proton blast both of these guys. Let's do that. We will rotate and proton blast both of them. I'm going to target lock number 5. Yep, and target lock number 5. And we will proximity exploit because the target lock gives us advantage. I'm pretty sure that's how that's supposed to work because we're getting advantage no matter where we are with target lock. I can't remember if I took this supply down or not. So I'm just going to say that I did. So it's a base of 2. I will go with the person I have advantage against first. It's +1, so that's 3. With this makes it 4. So 5, that's 2 off of shields and 2 off of hull. I've got 1 die left. And I might as well get the most bang for my buck from this stress I'm about to take. Because Spike Pulse targets 2 within range 3. They're both within range 3. We use that. I have to take a stress. It's a... Oh, wait, I didn't do my attack on number 2. Wait, hang on. So I draw 1 card from the Proton Blast because that also targeted 2. So number 2 just takes the 2 damage. So 1 off of shield and down to 5. Then over to Spike Pulse. It's target locked. Still, number 5. This is a base of 2 damage. So it's still 2. 1, 2, so down to 2. And number 2, we only draw 1 card. Oh man, I've been drawn from the wrong deck. Using the wrong character. Spike Pulse is still fine, but Proton Blast is not fine. Oh man. Okay, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna fix this. I will take away my maneuvering thrusters, give myself a stress. Man. Yeah, I was in the complete wrong position. I was totally thinking about the wrong character. So this character is actually still facing that way. I'm supposed to shuffle the whole thing. It's the wrong modifier deck. Wow. Yeah, so huge asterisks. I would have been in the wrong spot for that. Unless I did a burn and flip. I might be able to fix this. It's just that I was drawing from the wrong modifier deck. If I use this, if I use this to rotate, and I'll take another stress. 1, 2, 3, 4. Propelled shot could have got him. I think I just need to give 2 hull back. I think this is going to be fine. to 1 supply on these. Target lock is still okay to use there. That's fine. So we did a propelled shot and, I mean a long shot and a propelled shot. Propelled shot only hits 1, so advantage doesn't count. I'm just gonna take 2 back up. Just say everything went against number 5. I think that fixes it, except I have to take a stress and shuffle in another miss. I really want to play 3 characters so I can see more of the ships and how the cards and stuff work. That's the second time I've looked at the wrong ship, though. Second time that's happened. All right, so Invictus, what are you going to do? 5 is down to 2 hull. I already used this. I already took the stress. That's fine. Let's rotate and just try to take out number 5. With we are advantaged with our position. Plus he's target locked already. One, two, three. Rotate, rotate. No, he's not in view. That's the same amount of damage if I do here. Basic attack. So it's 2 damage with advantage on number 5. So -1. So that's only 1 damage. And once you know it, he's got 1 stupid hit point left. And now we have to, this is just the normal reshuffle, not the stress miss. So now we can spike pulse and hit both 2 and 5. We still have target lock on 2, so we still get the advantage. We're not worried about position because this is not a blast pattern like this. So you don't get positional advantage, but if you have advantage from some other way, you still get it. So we're going with the advantage first, and that's enough. Let's get rid of the target lock. And then the no advantage on number 2 is still 2. So shields are down finally. All right, so complete disaster, I think, avoided. I don't think we need to beam repair. We cannot self-sacrifice anymore. So I don't think I'm going to worry about EMP blasting right now either. So I'm just going to rotate with the Markava 2. And then I'm going to interrupt beam. That's a base of 3 damage. He's just right in the right spot. We cannot target lock him, so that's fine. So we're just drawing 1. It's a base of 3. -1 is 2. And we've got a wild and a move. We're not going to waste EMP blast on 1 guy. We'll wait till next turn, I think. Maybe we barrel roll. We don't really need to. We've got... I didn't do that. Don't need to do that. We don't need a repair beam. We can't radar jam him. He's immune to that. All right, I think that long, almost disastrous turn is over. Let's see what the enemy's gonna do. A lot of movement and hacking. But two targets. Oh, they're both gonna get hit. Kind of a bummer. So the Sparrow's obviously the target because it has the most hull. Does not need to rotate, and he's going to shoot. +1 from this, base of 3. So against the Sparrow, so 3, 4. 4 damage on the Sparrow takes it to 6. Then on the Merkava is 4. -1 is 3. So that's going to be 2 shields and a hull. Hack would take a shield away. Or no, does that stress? That might stress, actually. Increase stress by 1. I'm glad I looked that up. So that takes the Merkava to 2. It's fine. But now 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, is that everything? Shot, moves, doesn't rotate or anything. Yep. End of the round. 1, 2. We go to round 4. So we're going to spawn an elite and 3, 4, or 5. 5. 6 hull, 2 shields, 4 shields, 6 hull, and pretty sure they have to spawn as close to their target as possible. Start facing their nearest target. Yes. So that was the end of the round. So they wouldn't act in round 3, but they do get to act in round 4. Okay, shield. Shields are fine. Shield. Dice. We definitely need to get up here and EMP blast those guys, I think. I'm gonna call that one cocked. The stress will help with repairing, with beam repair. Also add a miss, but that's fine. I think that's fine. The Cheris. That's you. So the end of round 4 will be here. 5 will be here. We've got 2 EMP blasts left, so With our targeting computer, I believe we can target 3 ships. I almost want to rest with the Cheris. So they're going to spawn at the end of round 5. They'll be alive during round 6. So we probably need to save 1 EMP blast for the end of round 6. Now we're 2 away from getting a trauma thing. If I don't use the stress, maybe we'll be okay. So maybe I should just rotate and long shot for a base of 3. It's a normal thing, so let's target lock it. We have a range of 4 on that. So 5 is target locked. So we draw 2. Both +1s. What did I say the damage was? It was 3, 4, and it goes through shields. So it's got 2 left. I could propelled shot. If I'm gonna, do I EMP blast this turn? Well, what can Violet Ray do down here in the Invictus? If she could, if we do this for 1, 2, and then rotate with a stress like this. And proton blast. For a base of 2. We have target lock on 5, so maybe we should proximity exploit to get an extra damage because we're advantaged. Yeah. I'm going to go against the advantage one again first. And we're sitting at a base damage of 3. Times 2 is 6. Boom. So that goes away. Then against number 1. -1, so we only had a base damage of 2 against that guy, so it's only 1 damage against number 1, takes 1 shield away. Number 2 has 4 hull points left. Sitting right behind us. So barrel roll would go to here. We're gonna barrel roll with this. And EMP blast. So 1 damage against number 1. Ooh, +2 is 3. So that's all the shields. 1 damage against number 2. +1. So down to 2, and both stunned, so they can't shoot. I'm not going to mark them. It's going to be fine. Now I'm going to beam repair. with this, I forgot to do the stress. So shit. From that. Let me shuffle one in and redraw. I did 4 damage against number 1. Okay, so I missed. And that was not the, what's it called? It was not the stress miss that got shuffled in. And then number 2, I did 2 damage. Still 2 damage. But then I got to put in the next stress card from using beam repair. They're both stunned from EMP blast. We're doing beam repair. I used a stress die, so that gets me 3 on, it's 2 characters within range 3. It's a base of 2 repair. The stress die makes it 3 repair. So we're going to go back to 6 on ourself and 4 on the Invictus. We're done. Synthetic fighters. This is the one that drains shields. So we're getting some rotating, a little bit of pew pew, but they're not going to shoot. No pews for their pews. All right, so rotate, because Merkava would be the target. And then no shooting. 1, 2, 3. Merkava still target. Say hello. Sparrow's a target. 1, 2, 3. Sparrow's still the target. We will turn like that. And they can't shoot. Okay, their turn is done. End of the round. 1, 2. That's the end of round 4. We go to round 5. Shield and shield. So we're sitting at full health across the board. We've used up a lot of our abilities though. And then this is the most stress we've ever taken. 2 wilds and 2 moves. That's fine. This is a decent roll right here. A move, pew pew, wild. This guy's got a lot of health. This guy does not have a lot of health. I'm going to concentrate here. The next turn, we're just going to EMP blast them with our targeting computer on. I mean, because they're going to spawn right here. Well, let's see, 1, 2, they'll spawn like here. You know what? I might actually rest. Oh, but then I can't EMP blast. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, I was going to rest 2 EMP blasts, so that's, I guess, not really necessary. We're going to do this. We're going to rotate. Is this a good idea? Probably not, because we need to get him up that way. I need to take out number 2. So Invictus, you have no more Proton Blast, no more Spike Pulse. You only have basic attack. Number 2 has 2 health, cannot be target locked. And you do have maneuvering thrusters left, which is not going to help you in any way. Using stress, you're going to get another miss card. Just do it. Rotate, rotate. Immune to target lock, though. Kind of sucks. So Stim Pack is just better, right? Because it... how much health does it have? 2. Never mind. Hang on. We are going to Propelled Shot first from the Cheris, range of 3. We will use our Stim Pack to get advantage on this attack. Does not take a die. It's a base of 2 damage. We draw 2 cards. Both zeros, that's fine. Because it only had 2 health left. Okay, number 1. Merkava can interrupt beam. It's 3 damage. That's the last supply. Targeting computer doesn't help us for that. Barrel rolling will not help us. That'll just put it in. It would still be in the pattern, I guess. We don't really need to, though. All right, so we're just attacking. It's 3 damage. No advantage or anything. -1 is 2. Just takes that off. All right, so I think we will do this for 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. We won't get pushed. We'll be fine. We'll just move forward. 1, 2, 3. So that we are in position to EMP blast those guys next turn. Okay, Cheris. You always end up right next to people. In your long shot, you got to be 1 away. Two, 3, 4, flip. Nope. Just gonna rotate and basic attack from behind with advantage. They're immune to radar jam, so we don't need to add that. Both -1s. So it just takes 1 off of there. And then in the meantime, we're not like having them right behind us too, so that's good. Whoops. So Invictus, tossing Violet Rays thing around. We're full health. I just don't want the extra stress miss card, so I think we're going to do this to go 1, 2, and then just rotate with that die, just so that we're not having our butt out to this bad guy. I think we're good. We know our plan to finish the mission, so let's just get the next synthetic fighter card. Okay. A little bit of movement, not a lot of attack, but it would hit everybody in that area. And hacking, so adding stress. So Charis is the closest, so 1, 2. But do they only rotate? If they can attack? Oh yeah, he can attack. Yeah, he can attack. It's in the pattern. So it's a base of 0, 3. So we draw off of here. So 3 plus 1 is 4. So that's all of the Charis's shields. Ooh, and he gets a stress. And then move. 1, 2. Because he attacked, so that's the end of that command line. Okay. End of the round. Moves 2. And we have to spawn another elite. And a regular. So 6 and 4 and 6 and 2. Okay, but they are all within range. Let's get a shield back here of our buffed up EMP blast. My Charis is just going to rest, and stress dice on rest do not count against your... You don't take stress for using stress dice to rest. Thank goodness. So I think we'll just do that first, since I know I'm doing that. 3 dice here. We don't need the hull. We get 2 thingies back. So let's take a supply here and a supply here. And we lower stress by 2, and we take out a miss modifier. Because we went below 5. So we still have a die left. Long shot won't work. Propelled shot doesn't even take a die. I mean, we can rotate for fun. And then let's propelled shot. I don't know where that was. We'll use our stim pack to get advantage. We're going against number 1. There. Okay, so we use our stim pack for advantage. We're on a base of 2 damage. So 3. 1, 2, 3. Invictus. You can only base attack, right? Rotate. We're in the advantage space. Is it even worth it to attack? I'd have to... It's 2 damage. I'd have to take a stress and shuffle in another miss modifier. I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm just going to move on because we're going to win the scenario. I don't need to kill them. It's not a kill everybody mission. So I do have to be careful with misses not stunning somebody though. If I draw a miss, then someone's not going to get stunned. So I might have to care about it in a minute here. So we're going to EMP blast. We're going to use targeting computer to add a 3rd target. So all of my target locks are used, so I can't like help with number 4. So I'm just going to go in numerical order. So we'll start with number 1. It's 1 damage. Plus 1 is 2, so it's down to 2 and stunned. Then number 2 also takes 2 damage and gets stunned. And then number 4 also takes 2 damage and gets stunned. Okay, so the mission is essentially over. So I'm not going to take any more actions, just see what they would have done. Crazy move. Add more stress, but it doesn't really matter. This guy would have bumped into the planet and stopped. This guy would have bumped into the board edge and stopped. This guy would have gone here. Rotate, 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 but they can't shoot. End of the round. Sparrow's off the board. Okay. A couple of screw ups, but I think I fixed them, and we ended up with pretty much full health. A lot of stuff we still could have flipped. We still could have flipped our ship abilities to protect the Sparrow. EMP blast is like amazing so far. Success. Well done, pilots. Return to the Sparrow and we'll get out of here. Captain Soma's congratulations are rare. It doesn't go unnoticed that she's referred to you as pilots for the first time. Once you get back in the hangar, ask a busy-looking maintenance tech about Greece's whereabouts. Probably should say you ask a busy-looking maintenance tech about Greece's whereabouts. She's down working on the jump drive. It took some damage during the fight. It looks as though you're not getting as far away as you hoped. Rewards. We get a pilot skill, 15 credits, the end of Medallia. Prologue achievement. Move and explore sector D-2.1 with the Sparrow, lower its supply by 1, and read the conclusion. Okay, so we're down to 3 supply. Move and explore sector D-2.1 and read the conclusion. So it looks like we're going to be doing some space exploration at the start of the next one. So we'll probably zoom in a little bit. So this is 2.1. So all of that we've done so far started here at exploring 001, where the Sparrow was, and now the Sparrow has moved here. So we've got 2 choices. We can spend a supply, which we are at 3, to go either up here or over here. Which, like I said, we will do that at the start of next time. What was the other stuff that we got? Oh, we get a pilot skill, which means we're going to be filling in the other half of some stuff on here. So I get to add some stuff to the modifier decks, and 15 credits. And now we got to read the conclusion. No one seems to know you're heading. Grabbing an ensign as she leaves the bridge, you ask her for info. Sol happens to exit not long after. Leave them alone. She doesn't know anything. I can tell you where we're going. We're headed to Duboth Major in sector D-3.2. Although there's no base on that planet that I know of. Sol chuckles at your blank expressions and shrugs. I guess we'll have to just trust that the captain knows something we don't. So, all right, so the way this works, I can move this over. So now we have to keep doing space exploration until we scout spot 008 that's on card D-3.2. So since 3.1 is here, 3.2 is probably either here or here, like on a different row. Since this was 1.1, this is 2.1, 3.1. I'm guessing 2 is either down here or up. I don't know which way the map goes. So we're going to be doing space exploration until we find some more stuff to do, I guess. Okay, so that was both scenarios 4 and 5. 4 was just text, reading, a choice, and then 5 was Protect the Sparrow. Okay, I hope you're enjoying this playthrough of Stars of Akarios. I hope you enjoy everything I put up on the channel, and I'll see you for some space exploration in the next one.